Imagine if this was the way you communicated. Much of what you had to say would be left unsaid. Now, there was a time when that's the way I spoke. And I didn't say very much. And when I did speak, I was constrained with fear and insecurity. Now I want you to come with me on the journey and how I transformed. And I want to share with you about how I found my voice. And when you listen to my story, ask yourself a couple of questions. What messages am I telling myself? And how are those messages holding me back? What people in your life, in your circle, could you be in touch with that could help you because of their experience, and share their experience with you and help you along the way that you're not taking advantage of? And most importantly, who are you cheating because you're playing small? But first you have to understand where I come from. Imagine, here I was, a little boy, I was born in Antigua, and I grew up between there and England. So it came to pass that this young, stomping stutterer of an Antigua boy find himself in Georgetown, Guyana as a student. Now I was in the country about 4 or 6 weeks, and I'm going to this party with some of my partner and them. I come around this corner, hot September night, and I see this vision. You could, like a 5'10" ebony goddess with like legs up to her armpits, and she had the walk. You know the walk, the one that she looked like she gliding, not walking. And she had on these purple hot pants that perfectly displayed her booty. It was a vision to die for. I was smitten. But I couldn't talk. So that whole night, I watched all the other boys talking to her, and I standing in the corner looking shy and just burning. Well, time passed. I go back to my regular routine of going to classes, of playing basketball, and I come home in the night, and magically 2 or 3 times a week there's the goddess. And she's talking to the other boys and them. Now, I can't talk to her because I'm too shy and frustrated myself that I'm not taking advantage of this opportunity. 6 weeks go by, and we go to this special party at the Pegasus. And I see this, I dress up in my coolest bell bottoms, have a, my polyester floral shirt looking sharp. I walk into the party, and everybody who's supposed to be anybody is there, and I see the goddess in a red, skin-tight hat, short, midi dressed. Oh, and I know that night I must talk to her, but I don't have any courage. So I went and drank some courage. Had couple rum and cokes, get up enough courage, and I want to ask her to dance, but I'm more dry like the desert. And I only had enough to put up my hand trembling. And she took my hand and she got up. And as we walked to the dance floor, she said, "Alex, what took you so long?" Well, that I can't talk, so I'm going to ask them to nothing. So the next couple of minutes of dancing, then next half an hour we're already leaving and we're going home, and she wanted to know what happened to me while I didn't talk to her for those several times she come to the house. And I tried to stutter out my reason. And she stopped me. And she put her hand on my shoulder and says, "I knew that we were going to be together the first moment I saw you. don't you understand that when you walk into a room, women get excited? Boom! Felt like I had a bolt of light in the back of my head. Because I never saw myself like that. So the rest of that night was a blur. And the next morning I wake up and I had this voice. Now, that wasn't the end of it. You see, I slept with the windows open for the next several weeks because I thought I had a cold and I didn't want to lose this voice. But I gotta tell you, getting that voice, finding my voice was one thing, but claiming it was something completely different. I didn't claim that until decades later, when I met my friend and mentor, Dove Barron. Now you see, Dove accepted me into the Authentic Speaker Academy for Leadership program. And it was there that I not only learned how to speak like this, but he taught me things like, you can't hear me unless I can feel it. So, did you feel the frustration of that little 16-year-old Antiguan boy? Did you feel the terror that he felt walking over to that goddess who he fantasized about? Imagine the transformation that I experienced back then, but didn't really claim. I've now claimed it, and I'm here to make sure that you gain access to the same thing. Now, let me tell you a little bit about the program. It's gonna be, starts off with a 5-day immersive intensive, and understand this is not like the other speaker programs you've heard about when you get into a room with hundreds of people and the teacher only spends 5 minutes with you. You're going to be with Dove himself. And after that 5-day immersive intensive beginning, you're going to have several monthly, 4 monthly training sessions, which will be webcast because unfortunately not everybody lives in Vancouver, and those who don't live here will be able to watch the webcast. Then at the end, there'll be another 3 days of an intensive, immersive experience. And at the end of that, everybody will do a live presentation to their peers, like I'm doing to you now. So, remember at the beginning I asked you some questions. What messages are you feeding yourself, telling yourself, that are limiting you? What mentors and teachers do you have in your environment that could be helping you that you're not taking advantage of? And furthermore, who in your life, your family, your friends, are not getting the benefit of your excellence because you're playing small? I can't imagine that you want this to continue. So I expect that you're going to want to get up and take action now. Because one of the things I learned in the program is you have to take massive, imperfect action. So you don't have to walk perfectly, but do walk your ass back to the room and go sign up now. Because I gotta tell you, now is the time. In fact, let me ask you another question. When would now be a good time for you to claim your voice? When would now be a good time for you to reveal your star, your excellence to the world? I want to be here for you. So if you have any questions whatsoever, ask me. But you don't really need to ask me anything else, do you? You already know the answer. Sign up, register, be one of the dozen students that Dove is going to accept. Thank you.